Hall of Fame, and then 2 of the individuals who help those race car drivers to do what they do, it's time to introduce a Hall of Fame inductee who helps those folks who are not quite as fortunate as to be able to buckle into an expensive racing machine to showcase their talents. Folks who may not be fortunate enough to even have a good, reliable car on the street. And for all of us that made the trip in here tonight, after the holidays that we all probably celebrated with family and friends, our next Hall of Fame inductee is a person who goes that extra mile and works nearly year-round to make sure that the season that just passed by is one that is memorable and honorable for those who are in need. Our final Hall of Fame inductee for tonight is a gentleman who for 30 years worked at the Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania Motor Speedway, known as the Sheriff. The guy that kept everybody in line and made sure that those races were promptly loaded into the chute and promptly out on the racetrack, and made sure that show was a timely endeavor on Saturday nights at Pennsylvania Motor Speedway. And while that work was admirable and long-term and showcased his work ethic, the primary reason that this gentleman comes to the podium next, something that he will certainly elaborate about in great detail, is a man that in 1999 had the idea that something needed to be done in the racing off-season to help people that were in need. And that was when Racers for Tots was founded. And since that time, Racers for Tots has grown from a tiny collection of racers, friends, and the dirt track community into a multi-state endeavor to bring in excess of $1 million worth of Christmas presents for children in need right here in Western Pennsylvania. And I'm going to allow him to come to this podium and explain the good work that he does and make sure that each and every one of you understand that when we talk about dreams fulfilled with owning race cars and driving race cars and owning speedways, there really is a little bit of something more. And this is the right time of the year to think about that, and the right time of the year to honor a Pittsburgh Circle Track Club Hall of Fame inductee. Ladies and gentlemen, the Sheriff, Jimmy Steigerwald.
I don't have no speech. I'd like to thank the Circle Track, congratulate all the other inductees tonight. My wife, 37 years. You know, when you do this stuff, you're out of town, and we did racing for 20 years in the official, but I want to thank Smokey, Art Smiley, Dennis Carson, and Greg Whaling. We had fun. I mean, we went out there, and that's what I wanted to do tonight. I want to say about the kids. We do that stuff all year round. But you know, a lot of stuff happens at these racetrack people don't know, and that was the fun part. For 20 years down in Pittsburgh, and that, you know, just working these things and doing the things. I mean, when Pittsburgh had the Pittsburgher, I said, well, let's do something different. We lined the pits off, put their names up, you know, it was class all the way. I mean, it was just totally class. And I had a bet with Red. With Red. I said, we're gonna have 100 cars this year. He said, no, we can have 100 cars. I said, I bet you 2 cases of beer, we're having 100 cars. I mean, I was calling people everything. I knew who was coming. Some of them, my watch is 10 to 7. I said, Jesus, bro, I don't want to lose. You know, we had 98 cars signed in the pits, late models. And all of a sudden, here comes 2 up, you know. And I get on that radio, I said, hey, Red, go out and get 2 cases of beer. That beer's trip, I'll need them after this, you know. But, yeah, that's what it was. We had fun. I mean, I said as an official, and you know, just the things we did. I mean, you got to write a book. things I did. But Jack Lentz called me up. He said, Jimmy, he says, someone said you're the best guy in the world to set these pits up. I said, all right. He said, how much? I said, I told him a price. And I said, all right, it's a deal. So I go up on a Monday. I look around, there's like 3 trailers still parked here, I guess it's Saturday night. And I said, Jack, what's these cars doing here, these trailers? He said, I don't know, they left them here. I said, well, they late models? He said, I don't know. He said, well, I'm telling you, they ain't late models, they ain't racing this weekend. So we lined the pits off, come on Friday, I guess. We start bringing the cars up. Oh, these 2 cars is a pure stock or something. And they said, we're getting our cars. I said, well, you ain't racing this weekend. I race here every week for the last 3 years. I said, you ain't racing this weekend, your car's in the wrong position. I said, you get down the hill or you'll be up on the other side of the hill, remember Challenger. So we start lining the cars off, and a guy come down, he was a Max Series in. He pulls up, he says, I'm so-and-so, I'm following the Max Series. And we should have preferred parking. And I got my list out, and I says, what's your name? I think it was Spud Myers from Ohio. I said, you do have preferred parking. I prefer you park right over there. But, no, that's how we do this. I mean, we did it for fun. I mean, we just had some great times. Dennis and, like, I think it was, Mike said before, like, back in the day, we used to get in trouble. I mean, Red get pissed at us. We started at 7 o'clock, you know, and he came on the radio, and I said, I'm here. I said, who's this? He said, this is Red. I said, Fred who? But I mean, we used to start at 7, and I had a little thing with Dennis. I said, Dennis, they come out, turn them lights out, we're going. And after the races, Red come up and say, we're getting done too fast. It's like 9 o'clock. Everything's done, the whole show. And trust me, it was over, 2 hours. And he said, we're just going too fast. And so, but just to close, I know Smokey's not here. He fell and broke his ankle, but I had a lot of fun with Smoke. I mean, he's a hell of a guy. And he always wants to be in charge, but sometimes he ain't, you know. Trust me. You know, all year I'm out there lining the cars up, you know, it's a Pittsburgh event, you know. And he wants to be in charge. I said, okay. He wants to go 4 wide. He goes out in the track, he's going 4 wide, 4 wide. I had the cone sitting right there. And he's backing up and backs up and he falls over the cone. There's not like nobody in the stands, it's packed, you know, it's a Pittsburgher. And Dennis gets on the radio. He said, help him up. I said, I can't, I'm pissing my pants laughing out here. You know, I mean, he jumped up and looked around like no one's seen it. And me and Dennis, we were just laughing, you know. And then other things we did, I mean, I'm telling you. Yeah, swordfish was the word. Never knew what it was. Me and Dennis had a little signal, you know, said swordfish. You know what it was? We was in the, you know, working. You see some hot girl walking through the track, and then, hey, swordfish. And Smokey's looking, never knew. And then my son come one night. You know, he was about 20 or 19. He dated this girl with big breasts. And there's Dennis. Swordfish. I'm here. No. I said, that's my son's girlfriend. He says, okay, hurry across the track. Did you ever see that commercial with Baywatch with Pam Anderson slow motion? Running. These things are bouncing. Don't run. I mean, that's...
I know you did it once, but thank your wife again.
Yeah, the thing I said, we just... I gotta thank my wife, Denise. I mean, it all comes out now, huh? 37 years, ladies and gentlemen, 37 years. One more quick story before we leave, you know. We're down at Pennsboro. Back in the day, Pennsboro, there was no seats. Some of these people don't know what Pennsboro is. It's in West Virginia. And they still have hillbillies sitting out there with shotguns. Believe me, I've seen them. You know. So we get down there, and we left like Friday. I was working, and I had these guys like build me this platform. Now I'm going to put this on this hillside in turn 3. So we got there. We had a guy loaf this one time, had artificial leg, had to smoke the pipe. He had to get water down the store, so he had to walk down with his pipe, and he got 4 gallons of water. We put the little pegs in the hillside. We built this platform. And back then, Rapping on Racing had a live show on Saturday mornings, and Jack Crowell was calling from Pennsboro, was telling what's going on. He said, "You ain't gonna believe me. These people over in Turner 3 got this platform." And Don's like, "Who is it?" "I don't know." He said, "I'm gonna go find out. I'll get back to you." He got about a half an hour. He did every half-hour calls. He goes up, he runs into Smokey. He said, "Who's doing it?" He said, "Oh, me and Jimmy Steigerwald." So he goes back and he says, "Jimmy Steigerwald, you ain't gonna believe this. He has a deck. It's like a deck, handrails around it and everything." So it started raining. I said, "Smokey, just take us down, you know." Then he took us 15 minutes to put it up. Just take it down, take the bolts out, and put it in the truck. It's fine. So it rained. So we go back Saturday morning, same thing. It's raining. I said, "Smoke, just take this damn thing down." I'm telling you. If it rains out tomorrow, we have to come back Sunday. If not, it ain't going to rain tomorrow, we're going to race. I said, "Okay." So we go back Sunday morning. The damn thing was over the hill. He threw it over the hill. I wouldn't talk to nobody. I was so mad. You know, because he wouldn't take it down. So I ran into Jack Crowell. He said, "Boy, that Smokey built a nice thing over there." I said, "Smokey don't even know how to drive a damn nail. What do you mean? He had nothing to do with this." You know, he was taking all the credit. "Yeah, me and Jimmy Steigerwald built this." But no, seriously. I mean, in closing, this table right in front of me, they do all the work for Racers Todd. Stand up there, please. Table 7, stand up. Dave Fuller, part of that group. Dave does most of the speaking anymore. I don't speak. Like I said, we raised over $1.2 million, I think, in 16 years. And we go to Charlotte, North Carolina. These people pay for their own rooms, pay for their own damn tickets to help us. And that's what it's about. When we go like pass these toys out to join these people's faces, it's unbearable. And my wife said it's time to quit. It's never time to quit. So, but thank you, Circle Track. Thanks. Let's try to entertain them with something different.